eyewitness footage is coming in from across the US, and something about it isn't normal.
What the heck is this? On the Boston Harbor? Bam! What is that?
This is starting to show up in more places and more often.
Why are they shaking like that?
But then it starts appearing in a different way.
Out there in the woods, you see that faint little light. It keeps popping out and getting brighter and then going back behind the trees. That is actually a cold spot, and it's down in the woods, so you expect it to be maybe warm and animal shaped, but it is not.
To investigate this further, we need to look deeper into these events. And in completely different areas, people are also describing something similar.
But does like something feel off lately? Also, nothing is normal. Everything just feels weird.
Does anyone else feel like the energy in the world is just off?
But what's being captured now is harder to explain.
Any spots that are in the sky you particularly wouldn't be able to see with your eye. These camera sensors can see.
He says he's seeing what appear to be openings in the sky. People across the US and in other areas have been noticing unusual activity near cities, homes. But this is not what they expected to see.
On the Boston Harbor? And I have no idea. Bam! What is that? Just kind of flying around there. I zoomed in on it and put it in slow motion on the next part of the video.
Look very closely. It doesn't appear to match anything like a bird, and there's no visible line like a kite. There's also what looks like a faint trail behind it, but it's unclear what's actually being captured. The eyewitness said when she went back to find the footage the next day, the clip was no longer there. What's unusual is this isn't the only sighting. Later in Tennessee, something was captured that was moving much faster.
My friend sent me this video of her camera outside her house. I don't really know what it is.
Let's slow this down. It's moving extremely fast, and it almost looks like multiple dark shapes grouped together. It's hard to really tell. What do you see? While all this is being captured, people in other areas started noticing unusual activity on the ground as well.
So this is the DOT area by my house.
He believes they're setting something up, though it's not clear what it's for. Anyone else seeing things like this? A few days later, not saying that it's connected, but on a quiet night in Texas, inside this home, suddenly, this started happening.
Why are they shaking like that? That's super weird. What is happening?
And what's strange is no seismic activity was reported in the area that day. Recently, some viewers here have mentioned noticing some strange vibrations. In this next clip, a woman notices a similar experience.
Have your feet ever pulsed like they're on, like vibrated?
So people are not able to identify anything in some of these cases. But in another case, someone noticed movement in a wooden area at night with FLIR camera. This is what he captured.
It keeps popping out and getting brighter and then going back behind the trees. That is actually a cold spot, and it's down in the woods, so you'd expect it to be maybe warm and animal shaped, but it is not. Oh, there's multiple. There's multiple. It just split into two and one flew off.
It's believed to be some type of circular movement from this footage. It's difficult to determine exactly what it is, but look closer at it and see what you can find. But in the UK, late at night, a man's camera set up outside his home captures something much closer.
It's there as well, and there in the inverse. So this is in a negative. Let's see this, because this will be pretty useful to... Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. What's that?
So for public documentation and awareness, just 10 hours ago, this is what was reported: buzzing around my home. And a video was released of this. Well, that went pretty quick there. So you're going to have to go back and look at that, but it appeared to look like a translucent object. And a lot of you here has been reporting in that you've been hearing these buzzing sounds, but you can't see anything. And I'm not saying that's what it is, but for the first time, that's been captured as somebody say there's buzzing around their houses. Now, going a little bit deeper here, Sean Austin, he captured something else around his house where he says he's noticed some type of black mist, and apparently this is moving through his basement, he's saying. And you can, in the corner, you can kind of see there, but his clip is so short that can't really get a full view what's going on. Now, some people here are saying that they are experiencing this feel that things are off. They're noticing they feel things just don't feel the same. That's the observation. Now, as far as we go a little bit deeper here, because for some reason, these dark objects seem to be showing up in multiple locations, and not just across the U.S., but even outside the U.S. You got 2 days ago, rectangular objects spotted over sky in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Let's get a closer look of this object. So it looks like some, just once again, dark objects sitting right above the clouds. And is this something else happening in our atmosphere? Is this something that potentially may be, like Eyewitness say, being set up, but we don't know what the setup would be for yet? Again, let's read a little bit more of what's being said here. He was smoking a cigarette outside and noticed some heavy cloud cover. So I started taking pictures of the sky. It looked beautiful, and about 30 minutes had passed when I looked back in the same direction and saw this rectangular object start protruding from the clouds. So he's saying it came from the clouds. And when it came into full view, I took a photo immediately, went to grab my girlfriend, and we both watched it sit there motionless for about 10 minutes and slowly disappear into the cloud. So it goes back into the cloud, and then after that, he says he doesn't see it anymore. And what are you experiencing? So a lot of people I'm reading right now, people having difficulty sleeping lately. Is that what's going on with a lot of you here tuning in? Because again, I want to hear from all the new people coming in, and I'm going to look through all of your comments because I can see people are still gathering comments right now because they're investigating things. And the binocular footage, A lot of people want to see that. So in the comment section, the people who said they have that, we need to hear from you. Also, what's happening in your current area, Las Vegas, New York, Arizona, Texas, all the areas I didn't mention, even New Zealand outside the US, because things here are feeling that there's this different atmosphere that we are moving into. So again, this has been noticed not just in these locations. So this object that's buzzing, people are saying they're noticing that. And just the other day, I did notice that I was hearing this buzzing. However, I did see something, and it wasn't a bee. I don't know what type of potential insect this could be, but it was very loud. It was a very loud buzzing noise for the first time I heard it. Like basically, I meant to tell y'all, but I didn't because I wanted to analyze for a few more days. It came very fast. It wasn't a bee. I don't know what it was. And my first assumption that I'm not even going to say right now is something later I'm going to observe and let you see because I don't know what it exactly was. And somebody says, I've been up for 21 hours, not tired, and they don't know what to do. In Dallas, Fort Worth, people are saying that it's all clear. So what's all clear? So a lot of people saying in the comment section their sleep is off. And I'm thinking that there is something else to look into because people are saying that. I've seen a little bit of more observations on the other side, but I really need more of what you're seeing for us to, and people say, oh, maybe it was a hornet. No, it wasn't a hornet. I didn't see any like lines or anything on there. So it was kind of strange to me. Some people saying they're not having any sightings right now, but this all across the channel, I'm telling you, you're missing some of the things that's just really getting harder to ignore. And it's happening all across US. Everybody's starting to come out with these new observations. And don't miss it because you need to click the icon on the channel because you won't see it if you don't do that. Because we have a lot more coming. In order to get the big picture, stay around.